Here, hold on. I saw this video earlier today. So most people were ordered to evacuate, and I imagine most people did. There's a video of some people that didn't. And
this was going viral to...
The footage is crazy.
This was going viral to all over the place. Look at this video.
This actually looks like something out of Doom. Like Doom Eternal or something. Like when the portal to hell opens.
This was a guy who didn't heed the warning, stayed behind, and look at what happened here. I mean, to be surrounded by flames in all direction with your dog there. So this is not what you want to have happen. So as... That
is insightful. Listen, folks. This is not what you want to have happen. You don't want flames blazing, this inferno surrounding you. You're not looking at a good time. I'm just going to say it. Hey, call me a jerk all you want. You don't really want that.
You know,
do we have an update of what happened to that gentleman?
If he was able to post the video, I hope he ended up being okay. I hope he was able to get out, but
from what I recall, he did.
An exact update on what exactly happened.
And I did see Hulk Hogan get booed.
Many just heartbreaking visuals.
Hey, stay safe, Riley.
Have developed since the Pacific Palisades fire broke out.
Right.
This is a prime example of why you should leave when they tell you to.
Yeah, it's not a joke. They're not saying it just to say it, and it also it's very selfish, frankly, to stay behind, because you're putting potentially firefighters' lives on the line to try to save you, and getting in the way of their ability to save property or do other things. So you know, there's a reason why these statements are made.
That's a good point, actually. That is actually a good point. Yeah, definitely very stupid to stay during the wildfires. I've seen people make this comparison, and I'll go ahead and get ahead of it. It's not the same as staying during a hurricane in Florida. There is a drastic difference between riding out a hurricane, like a Cat 2 hurricane in Florida, versus trying to ride out a wildfire. Again, houses in Florida, for the most part, modern buildings are built with hurricanes in mind to withstand hurricanes up to a certain wind speed. So as long as it's within that boundary, you're pretty okay. When it comes to a fucking wildfire, houses are not built to withstand something like that. Nothing can withstand something like that. So it's super different. It's very different. Oh, also another good point. Hurricanes are predictable within means. Wildfires are just not. Yeah, the footage that's been coming out from this it's hard to believe that it's not a movie. It's truly nuts.
Iconic structures.
You know, I think
because they are watching this so closely. Obviously, this is our local story, but
it's like something out of a Roland Emmerich film.
News anchors coming here today. I mean, this is something that the whole country.
We see some like on-ground footage.
Where some of the power poles from Costa Rica is what they told of partly because of their own room at the Dream Center. Again, this is not too far from where you are. Oh, I will let them asked of us. I
this is sad, man.
That if this was even in the wheelhouse of an arsonist, for instance, you would have the same message for
out there in the impacted area for you.
What's even more fucked up is apparently a lot of people were denied fire insurance by companies like State Farm shortly before the wildfires happened. No, what? What? Insurance did that? I must have misread that. That can't be right. That doesn't make sense. No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. Don't make me go on insurance now. Now I'm fucking stun locked on insurance. You remember, I think I talked about this on stream. So, I don't remember which hurricane, but one of the hurricanes that blew through Florida a few months ago, it caused some flood damage to our warehouse. Nothing like too expensive to fix or anything. But we, of course, had flood insurance. Well, let me tell you, The insurance, being the saints they are, they found a way to weasel out of any coverage for the flood damage, so it came all out of pocket. And that's the way it goes. That you pay for the insurance for the sole purpose of helping when a natural disaster happens, and their whole goal is to make sure they don't actually pay you for what you've been paying them for the entire time. It's incredible. It works the same way in health insurance. It's amazing. It's really amazing stuff. What was their reason for denying it? What was their reason for denying it? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. I think one of the big things was they didn't think the flood damage was as bad as we made it sound. And also, even if it was, it didn't do enough damage to warrant them covering any of it. It was some combination of those two excuses. Didn't only damage one part of the warehouse. No. One part of the warehouse got it worse than the other. The back building where we play for skill check videos. That one, the entire floor and everything had like 2 or 3 inches of standing water. That one definitely got it the worst and destroyed most of the things that were still on ground level there. But the main warehouse building had water damage in the walls. But not too bad, all things considered. But it still would have been nice if flood insurance was like, hey, yeah, we'll cover that. We'll help cover that. You literally pay us to cover it, so we'll do that. But they didn't do that. Let me see if I can find one of the ones from people driving through. Because this really is just, it's unbelievable.
So this is a microphone entirely. The whole street gone.
It's just actually erasing so much. And I didn't know this, but apparently the reason this is so out of control is because of how windy it's been in California. Because there's been a lot of wildfires in California. There was the big ones a few years back that took out a lot. But this seems to be like a totally different beast because the wind is unreal. I've got to watch those, June, yeah. Is that right, Orc? Jesus. I think so, Spartan. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other platformers now. This Roomship Sack and Lila.
Flaming debris.
And I was thinking about that, Jacob, yeah.
So it seemed to be.
How does this start? Is it just dry and wind? Literally that. There's no telling exactly what started this. Could have been like a lightning strike. Well, unlikely because it's not raining in California at all. It could be a fucking cigarette being flipped out by a substitute teacher that just got off of work. And then it just starts a small little fire and it's so windy that it just blows it up. It just explodes it. It could be absolutely anything. Thanks to the tier 1 freaky. Hey, thanks Ronan. Hope you're having a good night. And not tonight name. Alien drone lasers from Jersey. I am actually surprised I haven't seen more conspiracy theory takes on it. Now granted, I haven't really been looking or anything, but I feel like that would have been one of the first things. Damn lasers again. Oh, sweet. Thanks for that, Declan. In SUV, Anonymous. Is that right, Alex? Well, stay safe, man. Exit tier 1 Ellie. Thanks for 5 gift subs. Night. The first fire started in someone's backyard. Imagine having a small fire end up costing thousands of houses. Where did you see that? I didn't see that. It's very possible, with how bad the wind is, that is actually what started all of this, but where did you see that info? Let me look it up. I see something from 2 hours ago talking about when it started, but I see no information about it starting in just someone's backyard. And let's see. 5 football fields a minute. How a perfect storm of extreme weather set off Los Angeles wildfires. 27,000 acres. Have you seen the video about the horses? No, someone just mentioned that. This is just going to make me sad. Well, this seems uplifting.
Move to a different part of Southern California, which is also on fire. This is the Eaton fire in the Altadena area, and for the first time, our colleague Gina Silva is giving us a look from the ground. Those are horses, Gina?
Those are horses, yes. There's a woman that just came down the road here, and she's trying
God,
to
just look at that.
But as you can see, we are
What
on
the
New York
fuck?
Drive in Altadena, and this entire hillside is on fire. It has already crossed the street, and there's a building here that is in danger of also going up in flames.
How do you even fight this? You don't. They're saying they are saying there's nothing they can really do.
Water meters, something like that.
It just has to run out of fuel.
An incredible wind-driven fire. The Eden fire started around 6:30 p.m. with just an estimated 20 acres, and the blaze, as you can see, it has quickly exploded into more than 200 acres, and it keeps growing. There are so many homes here in danger, and that is why officials have issued a mandatory evacuation order in the area that is just west of the Eden Canyon Golf Course. People living on these streets also have to evacuate immediately. And I heard a lady earlier saying,
no, I don't think that's what it was, Nikki.
She's got animals, and so there was a sort of a thing that was going back and forth. But people living on these streets, they have to leave immediately. You can see how dangerous the situation is. These are the streets: Kinalea Canyon Road, Outpost Lane, Glen Springs, Coolidge, Miranda, Roosevelt, Vernada.
Yeah, I don't know how she's even able to report. Like, the smoke inhalation alone must be just impossible.
And these winds are absolutely wicked. And I think that we ourselves are going to have to end up moving because our vehicles are down here. This just keeps moving down. Now, we came from upland, and I got to tell you, oh my goodness, the winds out there were so strong. It was difficult to stand in one place, so we were concerned that a fire could break out there when this one broke out and we were sent to this location. But as you can see,
that's true, Dingleberry. Yeah, it does make a horrifying noise as well.
That are here battling this blaze. As I said, there are so many homes that are in danger.
Were there any attempts of using helicopters to collect water from the ocean to put out these fires? So I only started reading about this like an hour or so before stream. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's actually kind of dangerous to fly during this because the wind is so strong. Like, so strong. So there's not a ton of, like, aerial watering attempts. But I don't think you'd be using ocean water, by the way. I think you just mean general water. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't think you'd be wanting to use salt water. But if I remember correctly, from what I was reading, they're not doing a lot of aerial stuff because of how risky it is with the wind speed. Because the wind speed is getting like to 80 miles per hour. Is that right, sad boy? It's just too windy for aircraft fits. I saw a helicopter flying sideways. Which sounds about right. I did not see that, Blue. Wildland firefighters make less than $20 an hour. That's fucking criminal. Is that true? Is it even legal for the insurance companies to just cancel fire coverage when the fire is actively happening? People are finally starting to wake up to just how corrupt the industry is. They can do whatever they want. The gist of it is, they can actually get away with whatever the fuck they want. They always have, and they always probably will, unfortunately. So hearing that they canceled fire coverage during all of this isn't surprising. Unfortunately. It's sickening.
I'm built differently. I'm built